Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
Back again. Doing it live. Got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We got so many things have happened.
So many things. Where were you since last week, huh? Doing nothing? Well, we did it all.
Well, I feel like it never stops. Like,
dude, it's
like what's it? What, like, if you can't, a party ain't no party if the party don't stop. Something like that.
What?
I don't know what the kids say these days, but anyway, I've been busy as shit. So
I'm lost. Jeez.
I do want to address something though.
Okay.
You know, we're on the internet, you know, best show on the internet. And, you know, that comes with the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. But I will say I have not been prepared for the amount of people or the amount of comments that we've been getting implying that we're old.
Yeah, what the hell? Can we talk about that?
A little bit. I think we should.
Like
I understand. I understand that the internet, you know, listen, I don't let my kids on the internet because I'm a responsible parent.
Yeah.
But like, I know it's still kind of the Wild West out there.
Yeah.
But y'all, like, I'm 35 years old.
It's
like
35. Okay.
Yeah. And you just turned 30. Like, I feel like that scene in Monty Python where he says old man and he goes, I'm 37. I'm not old.
Like, I don't feel a day older than I was last week.
Right. I mean, you shouldn't.
Like,
so,
I still got the same problems. I still got the same ailments.
Sure.
Okay. Still got the same stresses and anxieties.
You
know, my cats are still fighting.
As they do.
As they do. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I guess in a way we have reached that age. And
we're
that
at the tipping point,
life,
you think?
Where we're kind of at a tipping point. I feel like we're officially like at the point where you really have to stay within your own age range.
That's right. Well, as Blakely says, you know, we still got love for the streets. So, you know,
love for the streets. Exactly. That's true. You know, we do love streets.
Yeah,
I live on one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, because I feel like for the longest time, and this is something I really felt in my 20s, was you kind of reach this age where all of your peers, all the friends groups, everybody around you is more or less the same age. Even if there is like, you know, a 5-year age gap, it's just like everybody sort of gets into this bucket. Everybody stays in the bucket. And like everybody who's swimming around, like you could be 29, the other person 23, 25. Everybody's kind of in it together, but like you kind of look at each other as like, oh, we're all the same age, we're all in the same situation. Hitting 35, I'm like, I don't know if I can hang out with some of y'all. Like, because then I start to feel like I'm the creepy old person. And likely the 30s are
way better than 20s.
Yeah,
way better. You know, a little bit more. You feel you're a little bit more confident in your skin. You know, you feel like you got a little bit more of a grasp on the fact that you know absolutely nothing, and you won't because we don't live long enough to be smart. So we're just all on a hurtling rock through space.
Just keep on keeping on.
That's right.
Say.
Exactly.
But yeah, 30s are a lot better than the 20s. Granted, there were still a lot of things in the 20s that I really enjoyed and really missed. But yeah, I kind of feel like if I'm going to go out for a night on the town, like I can't go anywhere that's like hopping with the youth.
Okay.
You know?
Sure.
Because I'd end up looking around and just being like,
but at the end of the day, would you want to be there?
I don't know. Like, what if it's a really fun, really cool place? You know what I mean?
But yes, I tend to find that like there are some times where you go out and you see a bunch of younger people,
and
you're like, wow, this is a happening place. And then you go to some other places where you're just like, I just don't get this.
True.
I don't understand why this is fun. I don't understand the appeal. I want to go to a place where there's people my age pretend to be in their early 20s.
So it's everybody's in the same age group,
right?
But we're all just pretending.
Correct. Right.
Yeah. Blakely says we had babies and couldn't go do anything. Now's
the time for that's right. So we had kids at 23.
Yeah.
So like we didn't get 20s.
Yeah.
We were parents. So like now that the kids are getting a little bit older, the daughter's becoming a teenager. The son's gonna turn 8 next month, which is fucking wild.
Ooh,
like,
wow.
Now's our time.
The
roaring 30s.
The roaring. I'm pretty sure the 30s were the Depression era. Which tracks, really,
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you know too much at this age,
Yeah. You know more about yourself and kind of what your limits are. Because, and again, in the 20s, you're like, I have no limits. I'm going to live forever.
I'm going to live forever.
And then you hit 30 and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have been doing any of that. That's all catching up to me now. Where the 30s, I'm like, I can't sit on the couch all weekend and be perfectly comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Because it's not like in my 20s where I'm like, oh, I'm going to be lazy and hungover and I'm just going to sit here and play Mario. Now I'm like 35 and I'm like, you know what? Today's a good day to sit on the couch and play some Kirby.
You've been singing the praises of the Kirby. So
Kirby is get out there and play yourself some Kirby, folks. Okay,
do it.
It's just so much fun and so silly and violent.
Kirby's
a violent game. Like,
yeah, and that's another thing that's like kind of gone by the wayside. Like you don't really see the Tax Avery style humor anymore, where the Wile E. Coyote blown up with TNT.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but like comedy is dead.
I mean, not this show.
I mean, nothing. Don't speak too far ahead of yourself.
Oh, okay.
No, but like the fucking Seinfeld was just on there on the internet not too long ago being like, comedy's dead. You can't be funny anymore.
I mean,
too much politically correctness.
So,
huh?
He was never funny. So,
I mean, it was never really funny. I mean, like, there are bits about his bits.
Yeah.
Like,
I never got into Seinfeld. I was never a Seinfeld guy. I don't like the show. I didn't get it.
The show is fine. It's fine. It's not that great. If you're like Seinfeld is the greatest show on television that ever existed, you're wrong. Like you're just wrong. Like you're not. Yeah, you're wrong. But there's there's a case. No, you're wrong.
No, you're just wrong.
You're just wrong. But also like this whole notion that like you can't be funny, you can't do comedy. There's too much PC. There's too much wokeness. That's hack.
Oh, that's so hack.
Hack bullshit. We're just too bitter because you haven't kept up with the times and nobody cares about your dumb 90s show. Okay. Meanwhile, you got shows like South Park still on the air. You got shows like Rick and Morty on the air. I think Family Guy is still on the air. You got It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Still going.
Like
fucking Danny DeVito
on FX, fucking Big Mouth on Netflix. Like there is raunchy, offensive comedy out there that is hitting the right audience in the right way. And just because you're some fucking comedy elder, who had a good run on TV once a few years back, that don't mean you're still king shit.
No, and he was in. I wasn't a fan of the show.
Yeah,
but by far he was the weakest part of the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the cast was phenomenal. When you really look at it, but like Jerry himself was awful. He couldn't act. Yeah. He wasn't funny.
No.
Anything good was put on by the people around him.
Yes. Like I would say that is very much Jerry Seinfeld and like there are a lot of people, especially in Hollywood, that are like this. They're only successful because they surround themselves with the right people.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Seinfeld, I think, is a great case for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was also funny though, because, and I brought up It's Always Funny, or It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, rather. because when like the article with him was posted saying that, Rob McElhaney just retweeted that article with a picture of Rickety Cricket, which like
there you go.
There's your case right there.
Exactly.
You know, fucking just Danny DeVito.
That's all you need.
There it is. That's all you need. Okay. Yep. The man crawled out of a leather couch butt naked and all greased up.
He sure did.
Okay. And he was talking about how they need to sing. He was talking about singing, or how they need to make a song about not diddling kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's treasure.
That's comedy right there.
That's great comedy.
I know it. Those sons of bitches never even won an award,
which is wild.
Blasphemy.
They need to get like a lifetime achievement award or some shit.
Yeah, they do. All right, what are we talking about?
So we got so much to talk about here. We got there was a goddamn premium live event that we got to talk about. There was May the 4th we got to talk about.
That I said that.
What's that?
I didn't like that I just said that.
What did you just say?
The preemies.
The preemies. No,
I don't like that.
Strike that.
Can we strike that? And
it's off the record.
I'm sorry, I offended myself. The show's not woke enough.
That's this show. Two white guys talking about shit.
All right, what's Bergman got in here for facts? Netflix is spending between $200 and $500K per stand-up special. They gave him all that cash to make his. Oh yeah, he just made a Pop-Tart movie.
He made a Pop-Tart movie?
Yeah, he made a movie about Pop-Tarts.
But why?
Because comedy's dead. That's why.
Oh Lord. Oh man. So yeah, we got a lot to get into. So what do you want to start with? What do you want to talk about?
Well, you know what? It's on the let's talk about the Backlash.
The premium live event.
We should hit the premium live event right now. We'll follow up with some other stuff at the end. More pop culture coming in at the end.
That's right. So the Backlash, they went to Francais for and I didn't realize the show started at like 1.
Oh yeah.
And
France.
I forgot. So I missed it. Not that I was going to watch it live anyway.
Yeah,
but
I was out and about.
But I missed it and went to go watch it and heard all about it before, I actually went to watch it, and everyone's talking about the crowd and how electric it was, and got spoilers on the results. So I decided that I was gonna turn it on. I started watching this morning. Have you seen the whole thing?
I have not watched it.
You've not watched any of it?
I know the results.
Okay.
I've watched a lot of clips. Seen some highlights, but I've not watched the show top to bottom.
Okay. I have also not finished the show.
Oh, okay.
And that's because that show is unfucking watchable.
Oh, really?
I don't know what these people are talking about with this crowd that they're so happy about.
Yeah.
It's the most fucking annoying thing I've ever watched.
Why do you say that?
Okay.
Why do you say so mean things?
So I turned it on this morning. I got on the rowing machine. And I was like, I'm gonna do a little workout, put on the show. And the opener was great. So the opening match, you had Kevin Owens and Randy Orton versus the Bloodline.
Yep.
And they started off just brawling, and then it got turned into a street fight. Like, great. This is wonderful. Yeah. Crowd super hot. I'm like, okay, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there are two absolute must-see moments in this match. Okay. From what I saw. Number one, my favorite wrestler now is Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah.
He is my absolute favorite wrestler. He does nothing. He does absolutely nothing, and he's over his shit. Yeah. He is the greatest worker of all time.
Oh, yeah.
So they're brawling, right?
Yeah.
And they're brawling in the crowd, and then they throw the Bloodline back over, and Kevin Owens jumps up on the guardrail, stands on the guardrail, and does a frog splash off the guardrail on I don't remember who. And then Randy Orton jumps up on the guardrail and is posing like he's gonna jump, and then he just gets down. It was the greatest spot I've ever seen. I'm like, it popped me so huge.
He knows how to get the reaction.
It was phenomenal.
Yep.
The other spot, and this is how you know, and I'm gonna give a good shout out to my boy Kevin Owens. That man is a pro. He is a goddamn. You know why he's a pro?
Oh, do tell.
Because the motherfucker set up a table and then checked to make sure it wasn't going to collapse and fall before putting someone on it. The man knows what the fuck he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. Run this back for all the people who are like, you don't know what you're talking about. Those aren't fake tables. Tables are supposed to break like that. You know, why don't you get in there and try to do it?
He put someone on the table, and then he went up to the top and did the frog splash through it.
Yeah.
And the look on his face was, I wish this was a real table because nothing broke my fall. Like it looked like it sucked a dick.
Those are they're fake. It's all fake. They're lying to you. They're not real. Okay.
I mean, most people are lying to you. So
most people are lying to you, and you should really, take a good hard look at yourself and really consider how people are treating you day to day. But those tables, they're not real. They're fake. They pre-cut them. They prefabricate them. Okay.
Right.
No table when you slam. Okay. A 250-pound man through that thing, it is not going to break directly down the middle. Okay. That's not how it works. That thing is going to get contorted and destroyed, and there's going to be splinters. That is a clean break. That is what you get in a Mattel playset. Okay. The new WWE Elites are going to come with those tables specifically. You can get one shipped to your house. You're going to be able to put your wrestling buddy through it. Okay. It's safe for kids. It's probably not safe for kids. Don't go out there and try it.
Don't do it.
It might as well be. Okay. And all you people in the comments, okay, telling us that we're wrong, we don't know what you're talking about. No, you're wrong. You just sit there behind your keyboard. Okay. Just watch and subscribe if you can.
I will say the greatest table break I've ever seen in my life did happen at a 2CW show.
Of course.
And it's when Sabu did the Arabian face buster to Spike. And so Spike was leaning over the table, and then he jumped and then smashed through the table. But this side of the table stayed up like a fucking cartoon. Yeah. And then slowly teetered down after. It was the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Go watch it on YouTube. I'm sure it's on.
Watch on YouTube. Okay.
But so that match was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
And I would expect it to be such.
Minus the dude missing his spot at the end for the run-in, which led me to, again, folks, my only critique of this match. They need to stop doing this. It's driving me crazy.
Okay.
Why, when it is a no disqualification match, there are no rules, there are no countouts, why is there a motherfucker hiding under the ring until the end?
Surprise.
Fuck you.
It's a surprise.
Fuck you.
No, it's a surprise.
Fuck you.
Why?
It makes come out and beat an ass because then it's 3-on-2. What the fuck are you waiting for?
He just appeared.
It makes no sense.
Surprise. No, because it's a surprise factor. Because it's like, oh, we're watching a movie. Why doesn't the good guy just cap the bad guy right at the beginning? Because then we'd have no movie. We gotta know the story. Listen, okay, we gotta understand how to get from point A to point B.
If professional wrestling is supposed to make sense, right? Theoretically, you get paid more when you win, right?
True.
That's that. Why the fuck else would you not want to win? Because you get paid more. You get the bigger purse when you win. So if you have a motherfucker hiding under the ring because you want to fuck the other people when you think it's a regular match, but then it becomes a no DQ match, and then it's just announced throughout the arena that's a no DQ. Why does that guy not just fucking come out and beat an ass, and then you pin the guy, and then you get paid? It makes
nobody wants to see that.
I don't give a fuck what they want to see.
Nobody. You motherfucker, you want realism,
yes,
and belief,
yes,
in an industry where an elderly woman gave birth to a hand.
That is true.
Okay, listen. you got to tell the story. You got to pull people in and then just fucking bat them away. Okay, it's the story. It's building. There's going to be more. There's going to be more people. Okay, you can't just bring them all out at once.
Tell a better story.
You what?
Do they get paid more if they tell a better story?
Yes.
Okay. Well, no, but like in like storyline.
Within the storyline?
Right. So like they need to define. This is what I'm begging anyone to do. I'm begging anyone. If you have a professional wrestling company, this is what I'm begging you to do. Please outline to the fans why it's important that they win.
The story.
But why?
But why what?
If I'm fucking Randy Orton and I don't give a shit about goddamn anything.
Right.
And I'm just going out there doing nothing and getting over like a motherfucker. Why do I care if I get the pinfall victory or not? Theoretically, because if I get the pinfall victory, I'll get more money for that event, and then I'll get a shot at a championship, which the champion should get more money.
Right.
Okay. So if I've got fucking Ted DiBiase Jr. hiding under the ring to fuck the guy, so I get the pinfall, and I'm gonna get more money, and then Leslie get more opportunity to get more money. Why the fuck is he not coming out and hitting somebody with brass knucks like right off the bat so I can get that pinfall and get more fucking money?
Because nobody wants to watch that. It's like, why doesn't Batman just string a dude up by the neck and beat the shit out of him and then send him to jail?
I mean, he should do that.
Like, in Act 1, though. Like, is he going to do that in Act 1?
I mean, he did that to Scarecrow in the second
Well,
movie.
Scarecrow wasn't the big bad.
I didn't say we had to be the big bad. I'm just saying, can we have some logic? It pisses me off. Anyway, moving on, the match was pretty good. I'd highly recommend it. Second match. Okay.
Can we actually just take a pause real quick?
Sure, of course.
Because I just want everybody to appreciate the fact that this is a show that I did not watch, but Axe did. And now it's Axe's turn to relay everything that happened to me.
It's like counterpoint.
This is point, counterpoint, roles reverse, and I'm enjoying this.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Right on. Axe from the Work Smarter, Not Harder School of Wrestling. Goddamn right, Bergman. Goddamn right. Let's, get me to the pay window. That's what I want to listen. If I can get my check and I can hit the road before intermission, it's a good night. It's a great night. So,
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Second match was the triple threat for the women's title. You had Bayley, Naomi, and then the Tiffy person.
Tiffany Stratton.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
so
Tiffy time.
This is where everything turned.
Okay.
In the first match, the crowd was electric. It added to the match. This second match, the crowd would not shut the fuck up. And it was so fucking annoying. Like, I understand they're excited. This is their first premium live event they've probably ever had in France. Wonderful.
Yeah.
You do not need to constantly, and I mean constantly, like there was zero break in chanting the same chant throughout the whole match.
You've never been to a soccer game before?
No. I don't want to if this is what it is.
Okay.
Now, I wrote as a note, crowd was super fucking annoying. The match itself was okay. It was fine. It's fine for what it was. The third match, I almost turned off the fucking TV.
Oh my God.
Third match, you had Damian Priest versus Jey Uso. Everyone commenting about Jey Uso's entrance. It was cool, sure. They had cell phones and doing the yeet thing. I still don't understand what yeet means. But is he making dough?
No.
Is he prepping the yeast? I don't know.
You gotta eat it.
You gotta eat it?
Yeet it out the window.
Eat it?
Eat it.
Is this a situation where you can take the window or the stairs?
No, because you got to yeet it out the window. You can't take this. I mean, you could yeet something down the stairs. You could.
This is where I'm old. This is where I'm old. I don't understand. I don't get it.
You just don't understand. See, if you understood all of this, you would understand that this was a great show. I've never seen the show, but I at least understand it. Okay.
So my notes for this match: the crowd will not stop. They will not stop chanting the same fucking thing in French that I don't know what they're saying, and it's really annoying. Second thing, Damian Priest was boring as shit. He's so fucking boring. Like, he's big, he has a look, but he's boring as hell.
There is something about him. I feel like, you know, he's a good hand, but there's still something that they need to pull out of him.
Yeah,
because I watched a little bit of the promo that he gave the following Monday on Raw. And I was like, oh, this is very monotone. This is very not good. Rhea really held that group together.
Oh, yeah. She's the star. By a long shot.
Like, it is kind of funny how, like, when she was still there, it seemed like everybody kind of fed off of each other. And I thought that was great. With her not there, I was like, oh, they're definitely breaking them up 100%.
Yeah.
Like no doubt about it. But I was like, that piece of energy, though, is gone.
Yeah. And it's needed. It's needed bad. My other notes is Jey Uso may have the worst punches in the business. Like, they're fucking horrendous. They're terrible.
Really? Okay.
They're awful.
I'll have to pay more attention to those.
They're the worst punches.
You know, people really like Jey, and it seems like they're definitely looking to position him more at the top, which I think is fine. You need more people like that. But yeah, I think they need to do something a little bit different with him. More so with like the in-ring stuff, because if I have to see another fucking super kick,
it's better than his punches, brother.
This is true. But if I have to see another super kick, which I know I'm gonna see a million more, but I don't want to. Okay. And I feel like if I do see another one, I'm gonna eat my hat. Okay. I'm already going bald. Okay. Right. So I need that hat.
He needs the hat.
I need the hat, folks. And it's gonna happen. So I'm just prepping. But like, they need to do something with him to kind of change up the in-ring mechanics, because number one, let's drop the spear.
Yeah, it's not working.
Okay. The spear's not working.
It's not working.
It's number one, too many fucking guys do a spear. Oh, Christy says it's okay. I've got like 12 hats. This is true, but if I have to eat a hat for every super kick that I see, I'm going to run out of hats.
He's going to run out of hats real quick.
I'm going to run out of hats.
Real quick.
And it's very likely that we'll see 12 super kicks in a single match. So
easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be shitting textiles for a week.
A lot of fiber.
Stop doing the spears, okay? Yeah. And I know I got the big dog shirt on right now, but motherfucker's got a mean spear, okay? and if he tackled me, I would probably shit myself.
Is that just saying? Stop with the spears, and not everybody needs to do a spine buster.
Stop with the spears. Not everybody needs to do a spine buster. Nobody needs to do another fucking super kick unless your name is Shawn Michaels. Okay. And the fucking springboard cutter. Like, everybody's fucking doing that now. They got a guy on NXT who was doing that. And I'm like, you're heavyweight champion.
That's in the moveset.
Universal heavyweight champion does the fucking springboard cutter, and you're going to let some dude on NXT do it?
He's got to squash that.
Like, he's got guys doing it in fucking AEW. It's like, I'm sure it's every indie fucking Riffic guy's favorite maneuver now.
Sure. Right.
Stop with it.
Right.
Watch other matches and don't do their shit. Okay. It's annoying.
See, we need to. Okay. I'm going to pitch this right now.
Okay.
We've been hemming and hawing about doing a wrestling specific show.
Yeah.
We need to just like start educating. I think.
Yeah,
I think we need to have a segment on there that's called Under the Learning Tree, and just have everybody pull up a seat and we'll teach them a thing or two. Because God damn it, like,
Okay.
The next thing I wrote down about this fucking match, and this drives me fucking insane, almost as much as the pay window shit.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck, if a guy is coming off the top rope with a crossbody, would you jump in the air to take it? It makes no sense.
Hate that. I see so many guys fucking do that.
It fucking boggles my.
Notorious for doing. Wasn't
Bubba Dudley? He
was notorious for jumping into those top rope crossbodies.
Oh, it's so irritating.
Yeah,
so irritating. You would never do that.
I think
ever.
Like, do people just not like taking those?
Well, the thing is, like, the problem, like, I understand the concept of, like, you want to leave your feet so that you can, because sometimes, like, if you don't, they'll land on your face. Right. And I've had that happen more times than I care to count.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I get it. But, like, also, you look like an asshole.
Yeah, you do.
You just look like you jumped into someone fucking coming right at you. Like, why the fuck would you ever do that ever?
Mm-mm. I wouldn't. And I never did.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to Backlash.
Yeah.
You said you only made it through the first 3 matches?
No, so I did go to the next one.
Okay.
Which was women's tag team titles.
Mm-hmm.
You had Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus the Kabuki Warriors, you know, Asuka and Ibres. And this is where I turned off the show.
Oh, okay.
After 4 matches now of the crowd chanting the same thing for the entirety of, I'm not fucking around. The entirety of the match.
Yeah.
My head was pounding.
Oh my god.
Like I had a splitting headache. I turned down the volume to the point where, like, it was on a 2, and I was still like, I can't do this. This crowd ruined this fucking show. Bergman with another interesting note. The idiom of eating a hat dates back to literature in 1797. Homer. There you go, folks. You learned some shit on this show. Not from us, but from the smart man, the wise man, Berg.
I mean, yeah, like, we bring the facts. That's what we do.
Yeah. So I know people were very high on this crowd. Please never go back.
Oh, please come on. No, we need it. Wrestling needs more of that. They need more just energetic fans that are just happy that you're there.
I understand that, and I'm all for that. Like, the crowd during the first match was great. You need a break. Like, you need a break.
You do need a break, but I mean, again, like, you're talking about when you see crowds like this, regardless of where you are, like again, like, this is very common to a certain type of sport where as soon as, the game starts or the match starts, it is just constant cheering. And that is what the players and the workers and the wrestlers all feed off of.
Sure.
And, like, if you're not accustomed to that, I could see how it could be a little bit jarring, but also I think fans taking over the show in that way is better than the way some American crowds try to take over the show.
100%.
Because American crowd, because, like, and this is the thing that's funny, is, like, you go on to Twitter, okay, and there's so many comments.
Sure, X, please.
You go on to Twitter, and there's so many comments, and people talking about how great the French crowd is, how we need more crowds like that, how American crowds suck. Like, the general sentiment was, the crowd was awesome. American crowds suck. And this is by people who live in America. Which, American crowds can certainly use some work, for sure.
Right.
But I mean, I think it's good. I think you need that every now and then. You kind of need that reminder of, like, there are people out there who probably don't get this product served to them on a regular basis in person. So it's nice to go into an area and even watch something where there was a genuine love and appreciation for the show. Okay. and the stories and the fact that when there is a street fight, the third man's not just going to come out and beat the fuck out of two other guys so that his team can win and you can get all the. I mean, it's because you would never do something like that because it doesn't tell a good story. Okay,
you would never do something like that because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
But you know, this is wrestling and nothing makes sense. And the French need wrestling acts. Okay, give the French wrestling. Let them have this. Why are you trying? Listen, haven't the French suffered enough?
I mean, I don't know them personally. Like,
well, everybody's always making fun of them. Okay,
probably. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know. Like,
hey, give the French some.
I like a good baguette.
I mean, who doesn't?
Right? Got a croissant. But the thing is, you're absolutely right. Like, I like that the if you're going to hijack a show, hijacking it with enthusiasm versus negativity, is better.
Oh, of course.
However, it shouldn't be to the point where I have a splitting headache and cannot finish the show. Well, because the thing of it too is I feel like for the wrestlers were definitely feeding off of it, 100%, right?
Sure.
But they only had to deal with it during their match. As the viewer who has to listen to it constantly, it is too much. It is too much. So I get both sides of the coin. I don't know that I'm going to go back and watch it. I don't know that I'm going to finish it.
All right. Well, maybe what I'll do is between now and next week's show, I'll see if I can watch it, and I'll let you know how I fare.
Yeah, I think you need to try and let me know what you think.
Okay.
Like you've been to a footy ball game before, so
I've been to a couple.
So like you may be more used to it than I am. But I never want to see that again.
Okay.
Ever. I never want to see a guy hiding under the ring during a street fight, and I never want a constant, unstopping chant for 3 fucking hours.
Well, he'll miss the next one, folks. That's where we're at.
But there was another thing that happened, kind of spilling over into Raw. The following night, they started the King and Queen of the Ring.
Yes.
Which apparently did not go according to plan.
No.
So they had announced on the Backlash show that they were going to do all the first round matches on Raw the following, and they didn't make it.
How many matches did they do?
So there were 2 matches in the men's bracket, I believe, that they're like, we're going to do them on house shows.
I mean, that would have been all the Raw then.
So well, the thing is like, right. But also there was like a 10-minute CM Punk segment that did nothing. So like they wasted a bunch of time.
No. It did something. It got Phil on television.
That's fine.
That's exactly what it did.
You know what? I would have rather taken in the match. But it's an interesting point that they did that on accident, but I think they should do that on purpose.
What do you mean?
So the reason that the matches are going to the house shows is because they ran out of time.
Right.
They should have those matches on house shows anyway. That means something.
100%.
Will draw in the house show crowd and make the house shows must-see events.
Yeah, or do like preliminary type matches, do early round matches, like have it be like a 36-man bracket or whatever the fuck, and then
that'd be wonderful.
The first 2 or 3 rounds are all at house shows and live events, and then you do some bigger ones on the Raws and the Smackdowns.
And as it turns out, I believe that the house show that they are doing the match on is in Binghamton, New York.
Oh.
So if you are in the area and you go see it, you might see I think it's like Ray versus somebody. I don't fucking know. So somebody good. It looks like a good match. It looked like something that I would enjoy.
Okay, wait, let's see. King and Queen of the Ring 2024. Bracket. Give me the bracket.
Just taking a look at it.
Okay. For Ray is Ray and Kofi.
Yeah, see, that would be a wonderful match.
That'd be what. Oh, okay, yeah. So they have Ray and Kofi and then Drew and Finn were the only two that they weren't able to get to for the men's bracket. It looks like.
Well, Drew's out.
Was he out?
Yeah, they replaced him with Jay.
Okay, so they had 3 matches.
Yeah, but and then there was there was one men and I think there was one women's match
because they did Gunther and Sheamus.
Yeah.
They did Dragunov and Ricochet.
Yeah.
And then they did Jay and Finn.
Right, but they did not.
The only one they didn't do was Kofi and Ray.
Right, but in the women's bracket, there was also a match that did not make it that they said was going to. And then they're like, it's going to be on the house show, folks.
Oh, Shayna Baszler and Zelina Vega.
Right.
Okay. So they had to cut 2 for time.
Right, but I'm saying it was an interesting premise, and I'm just like, oh, this is wonderful. And then when you find out, no, it's because they're incompetent. It's like, okay, well.
Hey, sometimes you overbook the show, okay? And a couple people got to get cut, but they'll still get their time, and they'll still see the pay window, I hope.
I mean, do they have somebody hiding under the ring?
Maybe. Ooh, they should.
Maybe they do.
Help them win.
Go to the pay window.
When the moment's right.
Exactly.
Pop out. Be a mystery. Tell a good story.
But I did say last week on the show that I did think that that Gunther is going to be the winner.
He's taking it.
Of the bracket.
Yeah.
And now that Drew is out, I think that is almost a lock.
I think that's locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what the fuck is with everybody getting hurt right now?
I mean, summer's coming. People got vacations planned.
I was gonna say, like, is this just like hey, let's get all the top guys and top gals, make sure they're well rested and healed up as we start to head into SummerSlam?
SummerSlam, yeah, exactly.
Okay. I mean, everybody needs a little bit of time off.
Exactly. Enjoy the beach,
Yeah, or whatever,
wherever your happy place is.
Exactly.
All right, that's all I got for wrestling.
That's all the wrestling talk I want to get into tonight as well. What do you want to go to next? Because I know you had a little bit of a.
Well, I just talked a lot, so why don't you take
the
photo?
Ooh, the photo. Yes, let's talk about this damn photo. Okay, folks. DC is back at it. And we've got an all-new Superman coming out. And boy, oh boy, did they make some waves when they dropped the new photo of the new Superman in the new suit.
That's right.
You've seen the photo.
I've got the photo right here.
I've seen the photo.
If you have not seen the photo, folks.
Well, hang on. Prior to throwing that up on the on the screen here, quick take. Give me your quick 10-second take on this.
Who gives a shit?
Okay,
like DC, go. You need to go home. DC. You need to do something else. You need to do anything else. Because who cares?
Okay. I saw the picture and immediately I was just like, "Are we doing this again?
Mm-hmm.
Are we really doing this? Are we going? Have we learned nothing?
We've learned nothing
from the past.
DC learns nothing.
The past is the past for a reason. It is for us to learn from,
right?
And to make wiser decisions.
Well, unless you're in Florida, unless you're in Florida, they highly recommend not learning from the past. In fact, they highly recommend erasing the past if you can.
Erasing the past, but just show the picture. Just throw it up there. Just throw it up there. Okay.
There it is, folks.
This is, yeah, there it is. That's Superman. That's the new Superman.
Yeah.
You know,
He's putting
he's
the
putting
boots
on the new
on.
boots.
Yeah.
Yep. Whose fucking Twitter account is this you got over there? Do you not know how Google works, sir?
Okay, listen. Whatever. Okay.
I saw this picture
and
I was like, okay, nothing about this makes me want to care.
No,
I already don't care that much about Superman as it is, so I am coming in with a little bit of bias. I'll admit that.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, Blakely says he doesn't have nips on the suit. Well, he doesn't have nips on the suit because it looks like that suit doesn't even fit him.
Yeah, it looks a little big on him.
It looks a little big on him.
You know, a little baggy.
But I just want to break this down a little bit, okay? This is the first image of your new Superman. And what you do is you give us sad Batman 2.0.
Yeah, he looks distracted.
It is just a guy sitting, and I don't know who the fuck has an apartment like that. That is not real. I know it's the Man of Tomorrow, the Man of Steel. Okay,
is it
the goddamn Kryptonian?
Sure.
So it's meant to be fiction. But what is that room?
I don't know.
What is going on here in this picture? He's sitting there looking somber as all hell, looking like a mopey asshole. He's just trying on his new boots. Sure. Meanwhile, there's this fucking laser beam coming out of this giant sphere in the background, and he's just taking his sweet ass time. No, get that motherfucker standing up on top of a building, hands on the hips, cape blown in the goddamn air, little fucking Razor Ramon swoosh on his hair, fucking dangling down.
Right.
Make it interesting. Make it colorful. Make it go pop.
It shouldn't look like he's questioning whether he remembered his Dr. Scholl's. So
that's all. Yeah. This is the equivalent of, and Blakely says it looks like AI.
It does look like AI. It does. Yeah.
Apparently, it has been said that everything you see here, minus the thing in the background, was all in camera. I don't know how much of that I believe.
I find that extremely hard to believe.
I find that extremely hard to believe as well. But this looks like when a wrestler laces up his boots and then is like, "Oh fuck, I forgot to put something on."
Yeah,
and he's got
I got to take all this shit off now.
Like this image to me, I look at this picture, I'm like, there is a catastrophe happening outside,
and he could give a fuck.
Why are we doing? Okay, take it off the screen. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it anymore. Why are we still doing this?
Because DC doesn't.
Why are we doing this?
DC doesn't learn.
And I know it's James Gunn, and I know it has the potential to be very wacky and very silly and very James Gunn-esque, but we spent the last decade looking at pictures like this of superheroes.
Very depressingly.
It was a decade of depressing and mopey super. You know what I don't ever want to see again is a goddamn superhero movie where the goddamn superhero is like, do I really want to be a superhero? Yes, you do. You're the fucking hero. Okay. Put on the cape, punch some bad guy in the face, and shut up. Okay. Just accept your position as a fake fictional character.
And get your ass to the pay window.
There's a guy heading into the ring.
For God's sakes. Yeah, I was not interested before.
Yeah.
I am actively avoiding now.
Here's the thing. I was intrigued. Because stuff like this is always intriguing to me because I always like to keep up to date with movie news and pop culture news and just kind of keeping track of everything that's going on. So the fact that there was a new regime for the DC cinematic universe. I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting because DC is behind the times with all of this. Like everything they're doing is catching up. Everything they're doing has been derivative. At, and I mean, like, I get it. Like a lot of the stories they're telling are stories that they have told previously in comics, but you can't just copy, or you can't just do the same arc that Marvel is doing because you say you've done it before. That those are your stories, and that is what it is. No, like, do something different. Be different. Be colorful. Be lighthearted. Target kids. Okay? You know who loves going to movies and watching dumb shit? Children.
Oh, yeah.
Make a superhero movie with Batman and Superman. Can we get the goddamn Super Friends on the big screen already?
Where are the Wonder Twins?
Where are the Wonder Twins?
Right?
Okay?
They'd probably do something real dark with that.
Right.
That I'm absolutely not interested in.
No.
So
they're fucking better not.
They better leave them alone, to be honest.
Better leave them the fuck alone. Listen, don't you taint my Wonder Twins. Okay? Hashtag not my Wonder Twins. Yeah, it's just, I feel like everybody now is just over it. Like, I think even Disney came out and said, like, oh, we're focusing more on quality over quantity. Well, no shit.
You should
have to begin with. Like, you should have never gotten that deep into TV. You should have never tried to spin off, 18 fucking movies. Or better yet, just tell a story that doesn't have to do with the main arc.
Right.
It's not impossible. You're Disney. You're Warner Brothers. You have billions of dollars.
Bergman, possibly. Which is why I don't want to see it.
Yeah, don't do that shit, okay? But like, these corporations have billions of dollars. And they're dumb. We could write better stories.
I mean, we do all the time, which is why you should subscribe.
Appoint me to be the head of Warner Brothers for a day. I dare you. And you want to know something? When I'm there, I'll turn that whole ship around.
He'll do it.
I'll get out with the bad, in with the good. Okay. I'll make it rain, just money. Bring in all the green. One day, 24 hours. Nonstop. I'll do it. Give me the job.
He'll be like a chanting crowd in France. It relentless.
All day. Yeah. Everybody's going to get a splitting headache. I'm going to put so many people under the ring. Okay. There's going to be motherfuckers hiding under tables and shit. Middle of a boardroom meeting. Guy just pops out, drags a dude out of the room. Be like, that's storytelling. I'm done.
So to end the show here, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the holiday over the past weekend.
Yes.
So, was May the 4th.
It was May the 4th.
For all you Star Wars fans out there. And typically, May the 4th has kind of become this a big to-do. Right. At the Disney parks, which is where I'm by and I'm a patron of. I got the annual pass, and Star Wars runs deep in our family. So and yes, and it was Kevin's birthday, but he said he didn't want to talk about it, so I wasn't going to bring it up. A happy birthday, Kevin!
It was a great day. We
Gift in the mail.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
But the thing is, it's become such a to-do that it's become kind of hard to get into. Okay. And this year specifically, it was on a Saturday.
Right.
And it was also on Free Comic Book Day.
This is true.
This was probably one of a Free Comic Book Day that I did not do anything comic book related.
God, it hasn't been... It's been a while since we've had the trifecta on a Saturday.
Right?
Yeah.
So we could not get reservations to get into the park on May the 4th. We were able to get reservations for Revenge of the 5th.
There you go.
As it were. And Disney had promoted a whole bunch of stuff that was exclusive to May 4th and 5th for this weekend. They had specific treat offerings. There was a specific popcorn bucket that they were releasing only for this specific merchandise, just for this weekend only. And I was like, all right, this is going to be a good time. You know, we're going to go to Hollywood Studios, go to Galaxy's Edge. We're going to dress up a little bit, have a little fun, maybe meet some characters. The boy just got himself an autograph book.
Hey,
one of them Disney autograph books. So he's going to get some autographs. And so we go there and it's hotter than shit.
Oh, of course.
It is so fucking hot. And, you know, we're just starting off the summer season here. So not that we weren't prepared for it. You're always kind of prepared for it. But, man, you're just kind of like, all right, let me need a little AC break here. You know, we need a little this, a little that. So we get there. And immediately I'm annoyed.
Of course.
Immediately I'm annoyed because the one thing I wanted, you know, is, and I'm not a guy who usually buys a lot of stuff at Disney. Like we're the type of people that when we go to the Disney parks, we're bringing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like we're not buying. Yeah,
you don't need all that.
We're bringing our own water, our own snacks.
I am a believer. Like after going to Disney with y'all, I'm a believer of sometimes you just need to have those days where it's like you pack the essentials to keep you going, and then it's just efficiency.
Oh yeah, you need to know what you're doing. You know.
Yeah.
And as long as you do, like you can have yourself a good time.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm going to bring this up on the screen here. This was the one thing that I was looking forward to possibly actually purchasing at the park. And it was a Stormtrooper helmet popcorn bucket.
Okay.
Now the boy's super into Stormtroopers. So I was like, hey, we're going to pick this up. It's not anything we would normally buy. I think like retail price was about $30 and then you get popcorn to go with it or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And it was advertised specifically just for May the 4th and the 5th. Well, come to find out, May the 4th at Hollywood Studios was a madhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Like to the point where they were turning people away.
Sure.
And so when we got there that day, they said there was only one place selling these. And when the park opened, and we got there a little bit before noon, so we weren't there right at open, but we talked to a cast member and they said the line to get the rest of these popcorn buckets went from Galaxy's Edge, which is the back of the park, to the entrance of the park.
Shut the fuck up for a popcorn bucket.
For a popcorn bucket.
Y'all, I love popcorn, but not that much.
And it's a cool bucket.
It's a cool bucket.
But what the fuck?
I'll find you a bucket if you really want a bucket.
Right.
You know.
And so like that was disappointing, right?
Yeah. Sure.
And whatever, but we still had a great time. Like the boy met Darth Vader.
Oh, cool.
Which I'm going to tell a story about that here in a second. He met Chip and Dale. Yeah. Had an interaction with Kylo Ren. Oh. But the thing that fucking was the most annoying is watching the motherfuckers walk around that park with 5 to 6 large bags full of those popcorn buckets.
Yo, wait. 5 to 6 bags?
Bags.
Filled with buckets?
Filled with buckets.
How are they getting away with that?
Because they go from one stand to the next stand to the next stand.
How do they have that much time to like?
That's what they're there for. They're there to buy them, to resell them later on. And there is a limit, 2 per person, but it's 2 per person per location.
Oh, and I mean, like, there's really no way to check, like, if you kind of like hand it off to somebody, say, hey, go wait over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah. So like that. And like, so this one, you know, I could buy one for $52 on eBay right now.
Okay.
But it's like,
well, hang on. How much does one of those popcorn buckets cost?
I think it was $28.
$28. So plus tax, we'll call it like roughly 30, 32.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and it's like what going on eBay? You said for like $50.
Yeah.
That's a deal.
You think so?
100. You said the line for a bucket went from Galaxy's Edge to the entrance of the park.
So what's your time worth? Is what you're saying?
What's your time worth?
And
if I really want something like that, $20 to not have to wait in line, get a full day celebrating Star Wars, my friends and family.
Right.
That's worth $20.
You know, you've turned me around on this. This is a perspective thing.
Yeah.
Now I will say this. I'm going to get back to the Vader story in a second, we did also get to ride the new Star Tours. To which they've added scenes from The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Andor. We haven't watched the Andor yet, so like I don't know anything about it. I've had enough of the French, so like
I saw what Rebel was it? Rebel One, Rogue One,
Rebel Moon,
Rogue One.
Yeah, the one where. Listen, I don't understand why
everybody dies at the end. I've already seen.
Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah.
So we got the Ahsoka scene, which is really cool. It's the scene with the space whales. So like you're flying around with the space whales.
Oh, cool.
I mean, that's what we wanted. So like we got.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Thanks, pal.
I mean, come on. You really sold it with space whales.
I mean, why would you not want to?
I don't know, man. Space whales are pretty cool to me, man.
Yeah. So here's the thing: the boy, like I said, loves Star Wars. He's really into the Sith,
right?
And stormtroopers and things like that. We got a meet and greet with Darth Vader, and this is to the point where I'm questioning: have I raised him right?
Okay.
Okay. Because we're kind of Vader comes up and he tells us to come over, but he specifically points at the boy because the boy's wearing a Sith tunic.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So he's dressed up, and he points to the boy and like just has him go over one-on-one with Vader, and there's a voice box. He's doing some dialogue or whatever. My son is answering everything Darth Vader says with "Yes, Master."
Oh no!
And as I'm watching it, I'm like, this is both the cutest thing ever and terrifying.
Yeah.
At the same time, like Vader's known for like two things. One is like killing children,
war crimes,
and the other one is like, an egg. So it was a little concerning, but it was also like adorable as shit.
Sure.
So it was a very good time. I will say the lesson here is if you really want something from Disney, you need to go day of.
You need to go at like gates open.
Open.
Before that, you need to wait in line before they open and prepare to run.
And I'm at the point now where I don't know that there's too many things that I'm willing to do that for. So we still had a great time. We got lightsaber churros, So that was, Newman. Yeah, the kid was in character. He was in full garb. I was dressed up. Blakely was dressed up. Daughter was dressed up. We were having a great time. But and that's really what it's all about. That's really it. And I would highly recommend going, and highly recommend dressing up if you're gonna go. Yeah, even if it's a mug or whatever you're looking to get, go early.
Yeah,
and get it. But yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
I think that just about does it here.
I think so.
Yes.
So, if you got any stories, or if you think that the French were right, either way, leave us a comment. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share. If you want to support us, get yourself a goddamn t-shirt.
Yeah.
Go to TeePublic.
Real quick, Bergman has been pushing Eurovision for the last few days. Are you familiar with Eurovision?
I am not.
We may need to look into this.
Okay.
Because I'm familiar with what it is.
Okay.
I've never watched one.
Okay.
But it's essentially global battle of the bands.
Oh, you're saying a little bit about this, right?
Maybe. Where it's essentially just like every country had there's somebody from every country, and it is just like wild, unhinged, like wacky shit.
Okay. So I'm here for that. So
yeah, so we may have to watch a little bit of it, give some feedback, and discuss.
We're always looking for more content. So thank you for the suggestion. We will definitely follow up with that. But I think for this week, that's going to do it.
That's all I got.
So for this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been your show.
Peace.